Update to AITAH for wanting to leave my finacee due to her abusive family. Despite all intentions of not updating until much later with the hopes of an improved relationship with my fiancé and her establishing boundaries with her toxic family, we are now broken up.
Essentially what happened was after last weekend where I left her for the time to deal with them herself, she seemed to finally grasp the situation and was open to changes including boundaries and a possible move.
We spent Monday and Tuesday hanging out in my hotel that I was staying in until I went back to my family for a couple of weeks.
The other night she was being very vague with texting when she originally was supposed to come over.
She came much later than expected and I knew something was up. She basically unloaded on me how I was abusive, controlling, overly demanding, and unsupportive. It took me 5 fucking seconds to figure out she was repeating verbatim some sort of rehearsed speech from her parents.
And to be honest, I was so agitated at this point. Despite making a huge gamble on her, I decided to be a prick about it.
I asked her if her family told her to say this.
She said they suggested it to her,
but she came up with it herself.
I asked her to explain in detail what I did.
She said I was living like a parasite off her.
I reminded her that I'm paying 50-50 for her fucking mortgage, 50-50 for utilities and groceries as well.
I have my own car I pay for.
A job that makes just about as much as hers. Unlike her fucking leech parents who demand payments on the weekly and raid the kitchen on the weekends. I told her to try again with something better.
She looked flustered and said I was trying to isolate her.
I kinda smirked like a jackass and told her that I have always supported her many friendships that she has destroyed on her own because no one wants to deal with her family or be used as a shield like me. I was practically demanding to know at this point why she is so hell-bent on destroying her life for these people.
She just kinda shouted that I don't understand her family and she's just trying to earn their love back and was partially ranting at that point.
It's just so staggering to see up close.
I have ventured into a few subreddits to get perspectives, and if you have any familiarity with them you'll see how people who are victims of abuse by their own family can be so utterly broken by it that it'll wreck their brain to where they truly believe they are the problem and they deserve the abuse.
Well, that's how she was.
She was utterly broken and didn't want help.
She didn't want to get better, she just wanted to get worse.
It hit me like a truck, honestly, the realization.
I really did feel like a fool for trying, even if it was what I was supposed to do in the first place.
She was practically berserk at this point and I was just mentally exhausted and needed her to leave before someone called the police.
She finally left.
But I had a few concerned neighbors check on me.
Some of her friends are aware as they have messaged me checking on the situation.
I told them the truth and that I just needed to be alone to think what to do next right now.
They have revealed that she has given them similar rants after they expressed concern for her.
One had even heard that she may be possibly at risk of losing her job.
She is definitely having some sort of mental break. From my understanding, she is now completely isolated.
She is actually sprinting into a horrible lonely life right now.
There's nothing I can do for her at this point, and as selfish as it sounds, I'm just glad it's going to be behind me.